Disappointing outcome, obviously, that we came in here and thought we had the right mindset coming in. And we need to play mistake-free football. And we were unable to do that early in the game. 2 turnovers right off the bat. Missed one field goal. They missed one field goal, made the other, so they're up 3-0. But I think that's the score at the end of the first quarter. But we're playing hard and making plays on defense, and we put together a couple drives. But in the end, when you look at the football game, we've got to play at our best, which I don't think that we did. Made some plays. We also had some missed opportunities and some mistakes. And then you also have to give them credit for the way that they played. They're a very explosive team. Justin Fields, we got people covered, and we can't quite get to him, and he snakes out of there and runs for 20 yards or 10 yards or 5 yards, whatever he needs to do. But he has some explosive plays, and then Dobbins got loose on us. I think our guys played hard. I don't think we stopped playing hard, and it's disappointing. But as I told our football team in the locker room, we will always be defined on what we do next. We've got to rise back up as we move into this next week as we go to Wisconsin. And I think that's the growth that we have to take from this, and there will be things that they'll see on the film where they'll say, could have been this, could have been that, could have stopped this. All good play by them. Drop the pass here, whatever the case, but we have to keep pushing. Got a chance to cut it to 2 touchdowns, I think, in the third quarter. Missed the field goal. We got pressure right up the middle. Can't have pressure right up the middle, but maybe credit number 2, I don't know, but we'll have to take a look at that. I'll take some questions.
Mark, from a physical and emotional standpoint, when a defense has 2, 3 and outs and sees the offense turn the ball over, how do they respond to that?
Well, I thought they responded well, to be honest with you. I thought they came in there and, we had one stop, but they missed it, and then we had another stop where they kicked the field goal. So those are successful things, and I think that you gain confidence after that. I think you should gain confidence after that. But getting scooped out of our gap or whatever it is, there were too many explosive plays defensively when you look at it, and then I think we got tired in the fourth quarter or the second half. We did some good things to try and get back into it, but again, had the field goal miss. We're down there in the red zone. It's 4th and 5, so I thought take the field goal, make it 2 scores rather than 3 scores. But had some different things go on prior to that field goal attempt. But I don't think anybody plays the blame game in that locker room. We just keep pushing.
Mark, you only give up 10 points in the first, third, and fourth quarter. I know you haven't watched the film yet, but was there something in the second quarter that you felt was vastly different from the rest of the game defensively?
Well, they hit the long one. I think it was 17-10, and they hit the long one where they reviewed to see whether he was in or whether the ball was out or not out. I can't tell from that. But blown coverage, something that we'd worked on, but something that didn't quite play out. They ran the route a little bit different than we anticipated, and so it's a big play for them. The other one on 22's long run, we can't go for the punch on the ball and try and knock it out. We got to secure the tackle, play another play. But too many big plays, and too many missed opportunities. We get down there and get a turnover. Even at the end of the game, we get a turnover and we throw it right back to them. But I thought the work he played pretty well. Put the ball on the money, and he got some pressure into the second half. He started getting pressured when they knew that we were going to pass, and that was all. That was the bottom line. That was it. I thought that they turned it loose a little bit, as evidenced by the last series.
Mark, how does Justin Fields compare to other guys they've had, maybe a Braxton Miller type?
Yeah.
He seems to get.
Well, I told Coach Day before the game, I said, I think your guy's a little bit like, I don't know, Braxton Miller or J.T. Barrett, and then it's like Haskins as well, so he's equally a threat. I do think he took, we had some things going on in the secondary where he didn't find his guy right away, but he extended the plays, and a great quarterback's going to extend plays, and he extended plays and hurt you with his arm, and then he also hurt you with his legs. So he's a dynamic player.
When you've had success against these guys in different times, what were you able to do defensively that you couldn't get done today?
Well, I don't think we stopped the run. At the end of the day, we didn't stop the run effectively enough. They had too many explosive plays, and what we've been able to do when we have won is they haven't had quite the number of explosive plays. We got to keep them in the teens or the 20s, they're going to play well defensively as well. So, but just got too little, too late, I guess, or not enough late either. For that matter.
Mark, do you have any update on Jacob Panashuk? I don't know if you have anything.
No, I don't have anything on it. No.
Mark, for a lot of years, this game, for your program, you had pointed to it. It's been a late season game with a lot of stakes, and I think you said a measuring stick earlier this week to have it in the middle of the year and to come out on this end of it. Are you concerned, I guess, about the rebound, or how do you guys sort of navigate these waters that we're in the middle of the season? You have
No,
this?
we're halfway through. We're 4-2 football team, and at the end of the day, that's what we are. We're 4-2. And as I said earlier, we'll be defined on what we do next. We go to Wisconsin, and that's our next challenge, and they're very good as well. So we've got to get our mindset right, and got to look at the film and say, okay, this could have happened. We could have done better here. Okay, hey, they made a play here, or whatever it is. But we've got to look at the whole thing in detail and say, okay, this is where we're at, and get ready to go. And I truly believe that you're defined by how you handle problems and how you handle your next challenge. So that's what regardless of whether we won this football game or lost it, that was going to be a challenge. What do you do next?
Mark, I know Matt's track record, Matt Coughlin's track record is pretty good. Is there any point you start getting a little concerned with even his confidence or where he's at right now?
No, I thought he got pressure. I mean, the guy ran right up the middle on him. So we're going to stay with him. I think he's shown that he was first team all-conference kicker last year, so we'll stay with him. Got to give him confidence, can't tear him down, and then at that point in time, somebody else has to become the kicker. So nobody has proven themselves to that extent. So, but we got to protect better. I mean, we had him run through twice. One time he made it, and one time he didn't, and we're trying to fix it. So we have to look at that and see what happened. Whether he was pulled out of the gap or what.
When you see the trying to punch the ball out instead of wrap up a couple times, is that sort of, I mean, you've got a pretty mature defense usually and a defensive tackle as well. Is that a sign of guys who understand they're maybe up against it, of a level of speed and feeling desperate to make a big play?
No, I thought Josiah could have hooked and swatted the guy. You need to make the tackle first and then go for the strip. That's the way we teach it. You're just trying to make a play, but he had the ability to run him down, so he ran him down. You got to make the tackle. You got to secure the tackle on that. Make the snap the ball again. And again, J.K. Robbins is a good running back. He's physical. He's durable. He's got speed. Somebody said he got a little slower when he went to 215. I didn't see that. So I guess that's not verified. Okay, so I'll cash that in as a rumor. Okay, but it's a good player. They got good players, and that's why we've said, hey, this is a measure game. You got to measure up. When you come down here, you got to measure up. When they come up there, you got to measure up. We've been in these games before, close enough to have a chance to win them. Not so much today, although first half we're hanging. We're hanging. We're making it interesting. It's just that I thought the last two drives of the second quarter, hurt us. Took it from 17-10 to 27-10.
Mark, I know you usually like to look back at the tape before looking about the offensive line, but you only pretty much went with 5 guys today. Can you kind of talk a little bit about the genesis with that, with Blake out, why you only stuck with the 5?
Well, because we don't really want to burn a red shirt if the guy's going to play a couple plays. And really, we've got 3 true freshmen with the 2s. Right now, as you guys know, we have 5 offensive linemen out for this game. So, we've got guys who've started, so that's not an excuse. We've got guys who've been playing, they've started, and they probably would have been the guys starting anyway, with the exception of one guy. But didn't want to burn a red shirt. And as we go forward, if a guy's going to play 15 plays or 20 plays, we'll do that. But I'd want to put the guy in for a couple plays, and quite honestly, I thought we were protecting pretty well. We had time to throw the football, and then when it became just a passing game, then things changed a little bit in that respect.
Got time for a couple more guys.
Mark, Joe mentioned on Tuesday that over the past couple of years, they had thrown some stuff at you guys that they hadn't put on film. It's like they had some certain things saved up for you guys. I'm just curious, did you see a lot of that today that was just sort of brand new, and did it have anything to do with the second quarter?
They ran the one where the route that they hit, that was looked at, that route, they ran it a little bit different. But other than that, I wouldn't say they did anything completely different. The inside and outside zone, the quarterback got loose and found a couple guys. So But what hurt us was, quarterback sprinting down the sideline, the far sideline against us, and him getting out of trouble a couple times and throwing it. And then, I don't think we had them either miss a tackle or we're not in our gap on a couple of them, because they were just inside or outside zones that hit.
You talked a little bit about the pressure you guys generated in those first couple drives, and you had Fields on the move, and then it kind of went away a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think we got tired. It's tough to keep playing. Credit our guys both offensively and defensively. We kept playing, and we tried to stay in the fight. But I think, like I said, I think we missed some tackles. I think maybe we were in the gap, maybe we weren't. Maybe we got scooped out of it a little bit, but we missed some tackles, and it got into the second level. And he's a good running back.
All right, thanks,
So is
guys.
T.
We'll bring some players up here.
Thanks, Joe.